how you used to see things earlier, I feel.
For sure. So I think like with that same curiosity, I mean, it is very different when you see a building in person, whereas when you see a buildings in through drawings. But that curiosity, I don't know if it, but this when you see plans and sections, it is one really good way is to actually imagine it in your head what it would be like in that space. And then how you're saying now, when you get curious about seeing structure, about the experience of the hierarchy, like how you're moving through space. And then once you do that, then you start getting questions about the building, that ye aisa hi kyun hai, like especially like that happened with my I live in an apartment in Mumbai. So it's for me it was like यही तो होता है, but then eventually I realized that ये ऐसा ही क्यों है, like it's such a odd place thing, like my bathroom is a little off center and I'm like ये ऐसे क्यों बनाया है. So that way is like when you're doing any case study also, when you start being in the plan and walking through the plan, then you figure out ki, acha, like what am I seeing, why is it made a certain way, is it can what how would I prefer it, and that's where my questions start coming. Or in sections, like what am I seeing, and
Yeah,
how am I experiencing.
even the spaces you experience, I mean, like even if there are certain changes in the, dimensions, not, I mean, like you really feel it. Like my bathroom, it's only like 900 and I started noticing that. I never noticed the sunken slab before. It's so
Yeah,
texture. I mean,
even on
I'm
your
little scared that the height is so less. Like I could actually touch the ceiling, and I never realized. I've been staying here since like I don't know, like for
yeah.
8, 9, and this was the first time I figured, and I got so
Yeah.
excited. I mean, like,
I get it completely. Yeah. Even like for my kitchen का slab, like toilet का तो एक बार पता था कुछ weird है, but my kitchen slab, when I realized it's only the part near the wash basin is little low, I was just like, wow, now I know architecture. But it is all false, like it was only in my head. I still didn't know, but I just felt so excited. So Shravan Iyengar is asking us on the chat. No, he's saying, I still don't know what to define a space as. It's fine. You will figure out what you want to define spaces. Some people define as diagrams. Like
I
me,
have an
go
answer.
for sorry.
Like internally, I know, like I know what a space is, but like if someone asks me, I'll just say words and like wave my hands while trying to like make rectangles in the air. But I like won't know. I can't explain like what a space is, but I'm like, this is a space, kind of a like I know it internally.
Yeah, yeah. That's what now when you start getting, when you read more and you get understanding, you get words to articulate what you're feeling. Like when when I went for one trip with just my friends, it wasn't a college trip, and we went to a building. I was looking at it like, wow, the volume of the place, and I was just getting fascinated by it. And my friend, he started looking at the organization. He's like, what I really like is, you're not entering this high level space, but the public space is actually very intimate, and this is how it is organized. And that's when I realized, oh, I could have seen the building in a programmatic way also. So everybody, I think they have their own ways of seeing space. So it is, yeah, there is no one way. Like even what diagrams do, right? You're looking at one aspect at a time. So even in while you're going to a place, it need not be that you will understand the place entirely. Some of the things might even come back when you start reading about the place later, that oh yeah, this is why it was done in a certain way. Or if you're talking to that architect, why they designed it during encounters, then you've been to that place, you're just like, then you understand the logic behind it. So it's very right. Yeah, and I think that same inquisitiveness and saying that I know something about it, but I can't put a finger, is what is needed really. Like, to just keep questioning that what am I seeing, how am I feeling, and all of those things. Chalo, so we'll start now. It seems like it's 7:12. Uh, what I'm going to do is first I'll read the brief, um, because that's how we start the theory. class. I'll share it on this also. Do one of y'all want to like read it for us? So, hello. Is anybody interested to read this?
I can do it. Just which parts?
Start from the case study, what it is. The semester 3 studio will be divided into two parts.
Okay, so I just read out the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Case study. The semester 3 studio will be divided into two parts. The first part will be a case study of a famous iconic house to be undertaken by the students in groups of two. Faculty will provide a list of 40 houses to the students. This will be a 4-week exercise. During this case study, the student will redraw, not copy, and analyze the given project. The analysis will help the student understand the process of design, as well as introduce them to nuances of architectural design. A close reading of the project will allow them to familiarize themselves with the techniques and processes and devices used by architects, and also build within them a vocabulary to employ these moves in their own design project. The analysis methods will require the student to use multiple mediums such as hand drawings, sketches, AutoCAD, InDesign, CorelDRAW, Photoshop, 3D SketchUp, Rhino, etc. The student will analyze the
Yeah,
house in the following
that's it.
manner.
Okay, so the important thing is that here it's saying redraw and not to copy and analyze the given project. So, of course, the faculty has already told this multiple times. What is it to redraw a thing? So, redrawing also for a diagram has to be, it doesn't need, you need to and again with all the details. Like the first step is to redraw it, but when you start making a diagram, you start removing details which are not necessary to explain a diagram. So, okay, so the diagram one is plan, which is a clear typological diagram of the house. So, what does that mean? Like when you, I'll go to one of the projects, which 1 second. I'll go to one of the projects and I'll explain you what it means. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so it's loading. It's one of the projects by Deekoop. Shilpa is one of the persons there. So this is one project that I had documented after people had settled in. Uh, so what is a typology of a house? Any ideas? What do you think it is? Hello, anybody?
There's like a
Where is
certain
it?
like
No, just in general, what do you all think a typology means?
the way it's kind of built in terms of as Green said, where it is and its kind of context and how it relates to its environment, as well as how what makes it like a house instead of like another kind of structure.
Yeah, that is what the typology is responding to. But a typology, what it means is that what is its layout? Say you have so this house, which this what I'm going to be presenting now is this housing project in Mumbai. So one of the lines, wait, I just underline where I am. So it's saying using the Mumbai chawl as a reference to organize the spaces, we saw it as a typology with tremendous possibility of being a social catalyst. So what is a chawl typology? So generally what you see in a chawl is this long corridor and houses are attached to it. So that becomes a typology where you have a corridor and things are kept one after the other. So now I'm going to the plan of the building. So you're seeing there are these 5 blocks in this area that they had designed, and can you see there are like 4 which are similar and the 5th one is different. So the typology of such a house is very different. So say this one second, this versus this one that you're seeing. Can you see that how by looks of it you can understand they're different in organization? So that is what it means by a typology, that like this one has a, how to highlight over here. So here specifically has this corridor, and then you can enter the houses over here. Okay, this is the corridor. Whereas for this, you enter in from here, and this houses, there's a staircase, and then you keep going, like there is an entrance on this side. So what does it mean? There is a block in between, a circulation block, and there's a small corridor through which you enter the house. But in this Chol typology, which was the first one, there's a long corridor and houses are stuck one after the other. So when you have to make a typology diagram for this, so this is currently what you're seeing is the plan. But in the typology, you have to minimize the information. So all that I need to make a typology drawing is, wait, there is already one over here. Okay. So this one diagram which is on your screen right now, it is showing something else. It's showing its connection to the courtyard. But in a typology diagram, uh, first we'll just like highlight the building block itself, the outline, because that will become the base. This is the corridor. And then you will have these houses, 4 houses that are there. So now you have the idea of the corridor, and then you can highlight the corridor and show the entrance of each of the houses. So that or you actually know entry of the houses is irrelevant because it's a type. So they will understand that the type is because only, can I undo? Yeah. So this becomes a type diagram where you see a corridor and you see 4 houses, one after the other. Whereas for this one, you have your outline of your house because that is what is relevant for this diagram. You just need to understand what the type is, right? So, and then you have this circulation block, which is in the center. Then you have your 2 houses, one on top and one on below. And then you can color the circulation block in yellow. And then that will be set how this has that yellow one over here. So both you can automatically you start seeing that how the 2 types are different from each other. You don't need to make, in this case, you don't have to make the doors or the furniture inside any of these. All you need to do is have the same plan and darken out with a thicker pen, make an outline and color the corridor and like what the lines you're seeing basically now on screen. That becomes a type drawing. Is that clear? You want some
Uh,
Yeah.
Give more examples of typology because in supposingly in my house it's house 6 which follows deconstructivism, so there isn't really a type that it follows.
house 6? Let's look at its plan then.
All I know that it's based in like amongst few trees, and it's, I mean, there are a lot of windows in the house just to look outside. So how do I map those?
Okay. one another thing is that all houses need not have a typical type. Okay, that's one second. Trying to search things. Yeah, sorry. What were you saying? All you know?
So we know that it's placed amongst a green place which has a lot of trees around, but it's not shown in this plan.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to sit and study this first. Like, uh, so so one way to get to a type drawing is to see where the circulation spaces are versus the rooms. So
Okay.
that can lead to, see, what I've done here is basically that this yellow part is the circulation space, and these are the rooms. So if you have a drawing that you made to understand that, then I can easily make a type drawing out of it.
We have a separate drawing just for circulation, but not for typology.
Maybe this, I'm not sure, but not, I mean, it doesn't, the typology could be that there's a circulation core and things are plugged into it, but it doesn't seem like that. So uh, I don't know, like if this has a typology. What has the guide told you anything about this?
No, he didn't mention the typology plan at all.
Okay, so yeah, so this house doesn't have a typology plan. Some houses might have, and some houses might not follow a typology. Like a typology plan can be as simple as, say, wait, that this is, say, a kitchen, not a kitchen, like a hearth. Some of the houses have hearth as the center of their programming, and the rest of the house is then responding to this heart. So like the circulation, everything is going around it. So that is again a typology thing, that there is the center of the house is the heart. So what you will show is just this, that there's a house, and this is everything around, and is like the, say, there are columns here and here, but this, the thing, your hearth is in the hearth, in the sense, the, what do you say, the fireplace is the center thing of the house.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't think house 6 in general has like a typology. If it does, I don't know, I am not aware of.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Then the idea of the house, so you all know, right, what uh whatever house that you've gotten. So iska idea now of this specific thing that I'm showing is actually the typology of the house also, that there is a corridor and things are going in front and are looking into the common plaza. So this is the idea of the house, but this is not a really good example, not a perfect drawing to show the idea of the thing, because Wait, I'll show you which one is a good diagram for this. So here, so you can see that over here that there are these. So first diagram that you see is site and existing buildings, which is like existing site that they've shown. And generally, how a typical organization is that there's a core. You see the core and the dwelling. This again is a typology diagram. But what they've done is they've split it into core. Like the core is now a corridor, and there are these apartments strung onto it. So this is that basic idea of their housing. Then using the same, so what you have to notice here is the same base drawing is used to show all the other aspects of that building. So there are a lot of other aspects that the building has, but what a diagram does is it shows one aspect at a time. So now see, the earlier the existing buildings were made in solid lines, but the moment we start getting into the proposal, now the line weight have changed to become, so it's lighter now. And in the fourth diagram that you see, which is the common relation between space and nature, the building itself is shown in a very like just a line drawing, and green is what is highlighted. So you show the thing that you want to show is the green that should be highlighted the most. And that's what a diagram does. It does not have to show everything at once. You need to filter out information one step at a time. Okay. I think then next I really what see like even this diagram which is talking about the facade, now it has colored between the panels. The housing has some panels. They've colored these orange through orange to show the variation. So when you see now this is a diagram, but you're not understanding what they are trying to say out of it. That is why your description is required, because what they have done in the project is they've provided these screens for privacy. So at sometimes if it's an open corridor, what happens is that you can see anybody walking through and through, but because of the screens the houses inside also get some privacy, and it also breaks the sun, like direct sun, so at some points it's shaded and shadow. So all of that somebody like you'll have to write it in the description along with a diagram for it. uh what else so sidecar diagram, how they've shown, see here, uh, it was in a plant. So what they there is an icon given to a factory, and there is this existing housing on the left on this side. So they've made icons to show the context, and the site does not have any details of the house yet. This is only to show what the context is around. So it's like it's when the moment you see it, you can understand that acha, where is it placed, where is the site. You don't have to then explain all. I mean, of course you need to have a description there, but the drawing starts speaking for itself through the line weights and through icons. Hello, can somebody just talk along with me? I feel like I'm talking to myself otherwise.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Should
I
I
know
turn
you
on my
can hear
camera
me,
or
but
something?
like ask me some questions, because like
I did put one in chat. How are these rendered? Like, would they use Photoshop or any other kind of software? How would these like start out? Because
Okay, sorry, wait. I will open Teams. How would have these been rendered? So these are all CAD actually. Yeah, and they are CAD hatches. So if you see
okay.
these are through line weights only. Of course, the house and that was done on Photoshop. Like you just put house and that factory on Photoshop, but you can CAD it also. That's not a thing. But they are CAD drawings, and that's why I like these, because they're very simple to make. Of course, if you're
Mhm.
proficient on CAD, but these can be done on. Oh shit! What's happening to my screen? I'm stopping. Did it also have an epileptic attack for y'all?
Yeah, it's not your
Yeah.
screen. I think it's a Lego thing. Yeah. And the 3D ones would have been rendered in CAD as well, like the 3D form would have been made in CAD, or would they have a separate kind of software?
what what is generally done, the base file is made on CAD. So the line weights and everything is given on CAD. And I mean, you can use it. Some people use Illustrator, but I don't know Illustrator myself. I have managed to make diagrams on CAD. So see why CAD is very convenient to make diagrams is because you can repeat the same base file and you can uh, so first, what do you say? Say, okay, let's go to this final diagram, which says facade. So it has all the elements that were used so far, except the staircase. It has all the elements that were used so far. They have the plot line, you have the existing building, you have the facade details. But in each of these other layers, things were hidden. So the screen ka layer was hidden in the staircase and corridor wala diagram. It was hidden in the ventilation diagram. But in the ventilation diagram, the arrows were added later on the Photoshop. So it's a combination of CAD and Photoshop, but it can be also done on CAD if you the hatches. Like you make an arrow on CAD and on CAD on the side and then just like move it there. If you make it directly on the drawing, then it's really complicated. So yeah, that doesn't matter. But yeah, it's a combination of CAD and Photoshop. And it's you did not even make these diagrams on in 3D. So I have some wait, I'll show you. So yeah, so this one was talking about so again, this is a plan which is talking about the same thing of it being in the all the houses looking into the courtyard. And this also diagram was talking about how the center block is like a pivotal thing from how you enter this premise. So that's why there is this arrow shown. 1 second, I'll draw on it. My God. Yeah. Yeah, that this was shown that is how you enter the housing, and then like that's what it is. So if the 3D was not needed to show courtyards, you can show it on this one also. In plan also, you don't have to make a 3D. Say in this diagram, if you had to show the greenery, you need not have a 3D. Like if if you don't highlight these things, yeah, and skip all these orange arrows and just make these color diagrams, the green color, and mark the pathways also in another color. That itself will become a diagram to show greenery that they have planned. So the plan itself, you don't have to rely on a 3D to show drawings, to show make diagrams. Then the other thing of inside outside, where later they talk about Otla and stuff. So here you've taken a section, you show a tree outside, you show a different color of the interior, and the Otla space in between is in yellow. So through plan and sections itself, a lot of things can be conveyed. A 3D is a very, it's it's another method. Like you don't have to make a 3D for. It's not a compulsion. Like through plans and sections, you can explain a building, except if it's like something like you yeah, I mean that's a call that you have to take, except like say if you wanted to show a staircase block going vertical, then it's needed to make a 3D to show how it is done. But otherwise, everything horizontal can be explained in a plan. Things can be explained in a section also, but only if like there is a connection to the volume. Like in this case where you see the staircase block, we were trying to say is that it's not placed in the center of the housing, but placed on the corner. And also that it invites people. Wait. So there should have ideally been an arrow that says it's the invitation is towards the road. So because this was taken from a film, so a lot of things were spoken in the background. So even these diagrams are not perfect, I would say, because things were said already. So ideally, what should have been done is that you should have in this diagram, because it's talking about the staircase block being at the corner, and the last landing is turned around to the road. So you mentioned road, you say that how inviting this is. So you make arrows to show that. and then this orange arrow is showing that it is at one corner of the block. So in this case, a 3D makes sense to show all of this, but it could have again be done on a plan because wait. Where are my other boards? Did they disappear?
Yeah, for us too.
The heck? Oh shit, it's 7:40. You tell me some, like, ask some personal questions now. So
Yeah, I had
we'll
a
keep
doubt.
going on. I'll keep talking.
In the idea why it was written that the idea diagram would include all the ideas that have been included in the house. So later on we will describe those ideas in detail. So I did not get it. How much do we have to put in the idea diagram के अंदर? Like we would describe them
So
in
the
detail
idea
later on.
diagram is
But
the
yeah.
idea diagram. Basically, you need to show the key aspect of the diagram. Like this, what I was talking about over here. That the idea is that the chawl typology. Then this green ventilation, the screens, they are not needed. So the idea diagram can simply show what is the key aspect about that project. So in terms of house 6, because it's a deconstructivism building, the idea itself was to have like layers and to also like he was challenging the typology of a house where he's put windows in absurd like directions. So that is the idea of the house. So that's all you have to show. Then other things like circulation and all of that can be shown in the other diagrams.
Okay. And that those ideas can be explained in detail later on, no? Like, because if they get repeated under some other subheading or something like that.
Yeah, that can happen.
Okay. Thank you.
But if you take the program diagram and then you put it in idea also, then I think the description will have to change.
Yeah.
Like here, the typology and that idea is the same. Like the building ka typology is the same, but how you write about it will then change. That this is the thing, and later again it can talk about it. But yeah, like the description is what will clarify what you're trying to say.
So it's like a
let's say
gist of all the main things, basically. Like you get the idea of the house.
Is a gist of things. Synthesis drawing is a gist.
Okay.
Idea of a house is that one specific idea. Synthesis drawing is everything that you've understood and you put it together.
Okay.
And that does not have, so diagram, a difference between a synthesis drawing and a diagram is that diagrams are accurate to scale. They take the proportion of the building, like it's redrawing over the building. But a synthesis diagram can it need not follow, like it need not trace the building. It can skew the building also if needed, if that is the idea of it. But it is a culmination of various things about the building. But an idea diagram will be that key aspect of that building. So here, why the idea is, so if see the typology diagram will only have in this specific project that I'm showing, we'll have the typology drawing of the corridor and things coming out. But the idea diagram will have existing site, typical common organization, and the core opened up wala diagram because it's showing what was the idea of the thing. But in a typology diagram, you will not show that typical common organization.
Yeah.
Because then you're getting directly into the building.
Okay, thank you.
So now when it comes to the idea of the house we've got, Gobi House kind of is the first, like the program was essentially like a house, and Gobi told that he wants a house where he can see his neighbors, but his neighbors can't see him. So that's why he pulled out the cantilevers and everything, and I've got a diagram showing how a person can look out when a person can't look in. So would that be like the idea, or would the idea kind of be more architectural than programmatic? Like,
No, the idea can be anything. Like the idea can be this also. What you
okay,
described.
okay.
But the horizontality of the house, right? Or it's not the idea of the house. It's just something that happened
That's
because
the
it was
prairie
that.
style, and then it kind of continued over, and like it wasn't the prairie style at the time. It was the first like house in the prairie style. So I have a like quote from Wright on how it's built like that. So I'm planning on like using a diagram also to explain what he was trying to do with the beauty of the prairie.
Okay, okay. Uh, so then wait. Yeah, I can show you. Wait, I'm not sure if I have it here. Don't read my chats. I'm opening my WhatsApp. Okay, it's all personal. There's a presentation I made, so I thought I'll just scroll through it. But uska link is on WhatsApp. Unluckily. Okay, any other questions, please? These mirrors and diagrams just keep disappearing. I just saw them. I wanted to draw on it. So this until then you all can see this. So this house now had this. Each of the houses has this blue space which they call multi-purpose.
The
You
screen
see the
hasn't
base
changed.
drawing is the same. Another good. It's not the Miro screen.
Yeah, now it's there. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so this is the Miro screen. I'll just talk until my other thing is loading. That in this specific thing, they had introduced this multi-purpose hall, multi-purpose space beach wing. So so this is already a diagram with the best I would say. So the only thing that is required to make it a very accurate diagram is like one hit out to highlight this thing. And yeah, now it says that it's at the entry, you see a multi-purpose hall. And now it's just the space that is demarcated. But what makes it multi-purpose? Then you will have a series of things which has furniture in it. So you see there's a dining table on this side, and a sewing machine. But there is also a bed and a chair. So it'll be a series of diagrams then. So you're explaining the multi-purposeness of that space, a series of diagrams. Yeah. It's okay. I got it. I think it's not a good idea to show you all my WhatsApp. Any questions till then? Please, people ask.
Yeah, I had another doubt. Like for the synthesis drawing, are they like technical drawings, like exploded algae and all, or we can go abstract or something like that?
It's not a technical drawing. You can go abstract.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. See, it's a good presentation. Anyway, so this presentation was about to understand the history of diagram and all, which we can skip. But the definition of diagram is a simplified drawing showing the appearance, structure, or working of something, a schematic representation, blah blah. And then we're looking at how historically what diagrams were. There are like some things that'll appear on screen soon. You can keep asking me questions until things load on, please. People.
So now we will only use InDesign and not PowerPoint.
is ideal because then you'll have lesser work to do for your jury. Like you'll have to just replace images, but you take a call. Also, yeah, I mean, we are keeping a portrait mode. So even when you're making a PowerPoint, make it in a portrait format so that you'll know how you'll be organizing your final, what do you say, final submission.
Okay.
And we have to kind of adhere to the headings on each page, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can add
Or do you
and
can...
subtract, yeah.
Huh.
But
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if we have like multiple pictures relating to one topic, we put them all in one kind of frame, right? Like we make it a
Yeah,
collage and stuff.
yeah, each page should have one aspect of building.
Sorry, your voice broke when you're saying the number.
I'm saying each page should show one aspect of the building.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, stop saying. Sorry. So till the next page is load, I'll just talk about this one thing that I think during your yesterday's class in design, Ritika was talking about this Pagdala village and how important aspect about it was circulation. So you can see that diagramming also becomes like at some point in like right now we're doing post analysis when a building is made and then you are trying to understand the diagram of the building, but it is also one of the methods to actually make a building also, like you take a diagram. So in this case Shuni actually overlays a lot of diagrams. So there is one grid that you see with on the right of the polys, and then he overlays it with these uh, the landscaping aspect. So there are like he's made various diagrams for the space and has he's overlaid it. So yeah, like this is that it's one of the slides talking about diagramming as a method of design. If you're not sketching now, then it's better to trace the plans. So with a thicker micron, you make an outline. With the smaller, with a like 0.1 or 0.0102, you make inner lines and then you color it. So there is that in diagram, line intensity plays a very important role to show what you are talking about. Yari खुली बहुत slow है मेरा internet, sorry. So I'll keep blabbering until then, unless you all want to ask something. No. So other you all don't have. Oh shit! Is my voice breaking now?
It was breaking, but I don't think it's breaking now.
Okay. Don't you have specific questions? I didn't plan this as a lecture, but it seems like I'm just giving. Don't you all have like questions regarding your building or something?
So in the end, for the synthesis drawing, it's going to be like a one kind of drawing that encompassed like multiple aspects of the building. So like I had to time my like connection to the outside with the kind of light quality it has, stuff like that. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. So until the synthesis drawing ka examples open, this is one diagram we can look at. This is one of the buildings by Glen Market. It's called Simpson Lee House. So what I want to talk about here is if you see the plan on top versus the diagrams, the proportions are maintained. Although we can't understand, but like a lot of things would have been so much more clearer if colors were used in this. So yeah, like it just be important to keep your proportions, and having drawing over the same plan is very important. If you all are sketching, write names in capital, don't make cursive handwriting. I saw some diagrams with cursive written, so that like the quality, even like sketching need not be shabby, like like always keep it sharp, keep it I think a lot of groups have shared that Roger ka study by Sep. So even though it's sketched, it has a certain finesse to it, and that is coming because of the font of how it is written. And yeah, like use of colors, use of arrows. So one of the things over here you can see is uh, this person has made a legend of columns to, like like how has they indicate how that natural light may direct to diffused. So diffused is the same indication but has dotted direct light has a to it. Um, yeah, then check this symmetry and balance wala block. So even that has this overall symmetry, local symmetry. So legend is very important while you make a diagram. Yeah, so this is the okay, wait, it'll load over here first. I'm on this slide which is talking about concept diagram. I don't think it has loaded for you all. Can you see a box of delights on the screen?
No, we are still on the legends one.
Acha, it'll load probably in 2 minutes. You can talk amongst yourself also. You don't want to talk to me. Here you can see now box of delights.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So this is, I mean, this is it's a quick sketch, but basically the concept was this a box and a lot of things. So this is the idea of their project. That yeah. So this is this another one is a museum by Mies van der Rohe. So his idea was the view and a materiality plays an important role, like the wood thing and the grid. So that's all that is shown on the idea drawing as such. The view, slender columns, and the grids with the material. And because it's a museum, he's kept a statue. So he had only made a drawing like that. Next is this one project by KGDVS office. So it was on the Mexican, it was in the border between US and Mexico, where he wanted to, like instead of a wall, to create a space with a lot of green, because there's a lot of, so it's creating an oasis. So if you see a plan, there are these volumes, like these volume elements, but the concept diagram on the left can only see the trees because that was the idea. So in your concept drawing, you did not have to show, you don't have to show the entire building, but the concept of the house. Then what is a synthesis drawing? The next slide is talking about is a combination of ideas. Synthesis is a combination of ideas. The difference between a diagram and a synthesis drawing is diagram is accurate to scale and proportion of the build form and conveys a single idea at a time. But synthesis is like a collection of ideas. So what I'll be showing next is the ways of making synthesis drawing. It's not the only way, it's just some of the ways I have understood. So this one drawing is of a load on your screen is a painting in by of Sangat in Ahmedabad. It's made in a miniature format. Oh shit, it's not loaded to all yet. So it's made in a miniature format. So the a lot of idea was about playing the entry. Then about the green of the volts of the water. So everything is explained in this one. Like although it's a accurate drawing, but only like the details are missing. The things that are shown is about the roof, about the wall, about the water and the trees. So yeah, that becomes a synthesis drawing because it's showing like a lot of things in one drawing, but it's not a plan or a section or an axo. It's a different format altogether. Now we are in the next one. So if you see that Science Kaldarjka Unit 21. So again, like they've exploded a lot of elements to show that. So there is like the cube is maintained, then the screens are there, then the pathway is extended. So it's not like, although I wouldn't call like it's difficult to read the drawing, but this is one of the methods you can use to show what all you can what all is you all think is about the project. The drawing by Andre Carpe, there are like the elements you can maybe actually somebody can talk about what do they think is this synthesis drawing can is talking about rather than me talking about it. And it should not be Shravan or people who've been talking, some new people, please talk. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
The one on the right, there's more focus on the structural members, I think. Like staircase and columns and just the different types of columns. So it's like there are no walls, but the structural members are highlighted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe
Structural
that's the
members.
central
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, and I think it's also like the volumes that I mean, there's like you can understand that there's an underground, then there is like
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's exactly like this. It's not talking about program. It's not talking about type. It's just talking about some spaces that they wanted to highlight. Then I'm on going to the next one. See, yes, now somebody can tell me. These are very like clear diagrams and like synthesis drawings, I feel. Can somebody explain it? If not, I'm going next. I'm not going to explain these things. But yeah, like if the important part is that no, the proportions and all are not very crucial. It's about what are the ideas of the house. So although it can have a very diagrammatic feel to it, but it's a lot of ideas put together, not just a single idea. On the next slide now. Anybody wants to try this? What do you think it is?
It's about the navigation of the space, like the kind of ways you walk through it and like how people are populating it, kind of. And they've highlighted like certain facades, parts of the facade in red for some. Maybe it's a different material quality, or maybe it's emphasizing something about it.
Yeah, exactly that. It's the experience of that person. And if you see closely, they've also written in the boxes that is there, it's written Sunken Plaza, Herb Nursery, Herbarium, and some herb bar. So yeah, the idea is the experience of the place, of the space, and even you can understand through perspective some of the materiality of the things that that person is seeing. The roof in is there, sometimes the flooring is seen. So it's not an accurate drawing, but they are like your it can be a collection of drawings also. uh, then I'm going to the next one. So this one is more in terms of a story format of this is taken from a Reba entry. So it's yeah, it's just like it's a story format that they've shown the various aspects. So they have zoomed in, zoomed out into the same space. So yeah, this is one of the methods. Again, I'm on the next slide. It's again in a story format, but it is talking about how each user is what are they thinking about, uh, and they've given characters. So I think like this is also very like it's a very nice method because a lot of houses or spaces are made for users. So how are the users using it, what are they thinking about? So it's a very like it's yeah, like synthesis drawing is one place you can really like explore and like talk about what you thought of the building. It might not be what the architect has described, but if you think a certain way, uh, uh, the user will be using it or how it hindered the space, that all can start coming in forms like this. And then this is that one gigantic drawing that even Nishita had shown, which was a section, what do you say, sectional axonometric. So yeah, this is quite a technical drawing, but again, you can yeah, there's no rules to a synthesis drawing. You can explore whatever you all want to.
Is there a particular kind of ratio we have to use, or we can't stick to like any, because it's going to fit onto the portrait part of the? Is it going to be a part of the presentation, or will it be its own thing?
It is going to be a part of the presentation, but if you're, I mean, don't get restricted by the format. I would say we can always like what do you say, scale down and put it in that later. But if you want like it's being restrictive, then you can add it as a different scale page. But yeah, it's fine. Like but you'll have to like put it in. But if while presenting to the jury, if this format is being very restrictive, then you don't need to stick by it.
Okay, thank you.
What now? Anybody wants to talk? Did you all just like come to hear me? I don't have such a pretty voice though. Or do I? Hello? Can you all at least say hi to me, whoever's here, so I can hear you all?
Hi.
I've heard you. What about Ria, Vidnya, Nanika, Nandika, Tanmaya,
Yeah,
Bhavika,
hello.
Anushka?
Yeah, hi.
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 Do you have anything to ask, to tell me? I am.
I had a doubt.
Huh.
So like in elements, we have to like show junctions and relationships. So in that, do we have to show like the how the elements like the column, slab, and those how they meet, like their relation, or it's the relation between us and the junction of the spaces, or with their elements?
No, it's the material junctions.
Okay.
So, if the thing is, if they're talking about experience, then it will be about the user and somebody in it. But if it is about the structures, it will become like anything about the building, then it's everything that it describes is the physical form of it, not the experiential form of it. So in experiential, there is one which is said atmos. The one of the diagrams is saying atmosphere, light, and climatic response. So light and climatic responses are very what do you say, scientific, or like actual term, that how is the light, how is the wind response. But atmosphere is something what the place is, how do you feel in the space. So that is an experiential quality then. So if nobody has any questions or anything, we'll call it a day. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Thank
doubt
you.
clearing.
I don't. Okay. Chalo.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Happy
Bye.
Sundays and submissions.
Thank you.
Aram,
Tanay.
picture दुकान
Wow. Pichha mein dukaan Tanay. Bye.
Chetna, I was able to join, just saying. Sorry. Actually, I had the Pratika one today, so sorry.
What?
I actually said I could join because I told you to recommend, couldn't join because I had puja the thing. So, but it got over, so I joined. That is what I wanted to. That's it.
Okay. Acha, I just joined in again now to stop recording. But it's fine. But it's fine. I can have a join. But I don't do this. Yeah, you could take the meeting.
Yes, exactly.
Did you do something? तुम्हारे what साता है आपके?
Yeah. Actually, I had Choviar Vas today, so no